I'm tired. I'm very, very tired. Look, my eyes tired. So my mom calls me and she tells me that she's locked her bedroom key inside of the room and she hasn't got the spare key anywhere. And so I've come to the house and lo and behold, I remember the time long before when it happened years and years ago when, I did a little 1-2 move with the drill and I managed to open it up. And so the problem was solved. And so she said to me when she first told me on the phone, she was like, she wanted to call a locksmith to basically come and do it. I said to her, no, mom, don't worry about that. Before you call any locksmith, let me come and do it because I knew that I've done it before, and I don't want to waste my mom's money. And especially if it's something that I can do, I was already on the way to her house, so let me deal with it. So I get here, come with my drill, all my tools, and I'm just pumped and ready to go, pumped and ready to just get into this lock, thinking it's going to be like maybe a 5-minute job. I've got experience, I've done this before. Who needs a locksmith? So, an hour later, clearly it didn't go too well for me. Like, I spent so much time drilling and drilling and drilling, just remembering that one time when I did it, and it just didn't work out. And, eventually I just had to put my tail between my legs and just go to Google, call a locksmith, and, just let the professional do what the professional does. And I just think it was such a waste of my time, a waste of my mum's time. I damaged the door clearly, trying to do something that I clearly wasn't a professional at. And so even though I'd done it before and somehow managed to make it happen without making such a big impact in terms of damaging the door or anything before, I'm just not that guy. I'm not a locksmith. Locksmithing is not what I do. Can I be good at it? Can I learn how to do it? Can I get better? Maybe. But it's just not me. I don't have time to be doing that. And I think it just reminded me of just how excellence isn't and winning. Excellence and winning isn't just about being great at every single thing you do, but it's about being great at the things that you're focused on, but knowing how to leverage and make use of the skills of other experts in the areas that you're not such a professional at. And so, I could have saved a whole hour, could have just called the locksmith, let the locksmith come whilst I was on my way here. He would have been done in like 5 minutes because eventually when he did get here, guess what? Number one, he had the same tools as me. Number two, he did it inside of 5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes. The only difference was that the drill that he used was obviously a lot more powerful. I noticed that straight away. And it wasn't just about the tools that he had, it was more to do with knowing what to do with those tools. And so I'm not a locksmith. My go-to was to try and repeat what I'd done before, not knowing that the lock that I'd managed to do it to before was a lot more straightforward and simple to actually get into, whereas this one was a lot more secure. And so what did the expert do? He brought the drill, rather than drilling around it and trying to get in that way, he just drilled straight through the center. And to some people that might be common sense, to some people that might be like the basic thing that you do. I tried that a little bit with my drill, it just wasn't working. But the expert knew what to do. And so what's the lesson in that? Focus on your lane, do what you're good at, be an expert at what you're good at, and don't try to be a master of every single thing. And sometimes we try to be cheap by trying to save money so that we can try and do a job or get something done. But actually in the long run it costs us a lot more. It costs us time, it costs us wasted resources, and in this situation, it not only costed the money obviously of paying to get the guy out. In this situation, it costed obviously the time which obviously I spent trying to get into this door for a long time. It cost me a whole lot of frustration because the deeper in that I got, the more committed I was to just making sure that I actually got this thing done. And eventually I had to let go of pride and say, Arnold, you're not a locksmith, and you can spend time YouTubing, Googling and all of that kind of stuff, but save it. Money comes, money goes. Just pay the money, you let the expert do what the expert does, and let the problem be solved. And so, yeah, there's a lesson in that. Just focus on what you're good at. Focus on continuing to be excellent at what you do, but don't rob your neighbor of the opportunity for them to also do what they're excellent at. Don't rob somebody else who's a professional in something from the opportunity to actually solve the problem that you have, all because you don't want to let go of some money.